Good evening from Halloween Horror Nights 33 tonight. We're here. This is my third year returning, her first. Unfortunately, we weren't invited out to film in the houses, but we're going to show you the scare zones, food, the show, everything else, plus house reviews, of course. Don't watch this video if you do not like horror movies or are affected by strobe lights. But let's just jump right into this nightmare. So opening Scaremony this year is pretty cool. Goes on for a little long, but you can see surreal and sinister up above. Time they must spend in the makeup chair. Oh, come on. You're here at Horror Nights. There's gonna be chainsaws. Okay, and that's Duality of Fear. Oh, wait, hold on. We got one more. Okay, that was Duality of Fear. So, just went through Torture Fair. That was cool. Can't wait to see it when it gets dark. Now, gonna go do Major Sweets Candy Factory. See how much we like that. So, Major Sweets Candy Factory was okay. It's kind of a funny house, I don't know. Scares were kind of repetitive. The sets weren't that great. Not the best house, but not an awful one either. It was just okay. And yeah, Blum Zone's a whole lot of nothing. Okay, that was interesting. But yeah, not really impressed with Major Sweets, but didn't hate it either. We were missing some of the scares in it because it's early, not all the actors are in there yet, but yeah. Not bad, not good either. Just okay, just middle of the road. So yeah, like I said, Major Suites, just okay. I had that at 7. Adrianna had that at 5. Or, no, 4. Okay, Monsters Bloodlines was, again, a mediocre house. It was definitely not Universal Monsters Unmasked from last year. Last year was such a good house, such great set design and characters and scares, and this year, scares were off. The characters were halfway cool, half of them were cool. Some cool effects, but not really. I mean, we did get to see the bungee scare of the werewolf. That was cool. The sets were decent, much better than Major Suites sets. Overall, I would say it's just a mediocre house again. I'm hoping they aren't all like this, because first two have not been great. We also did miss, like, a good handful of the scares as well. They just weren't there.
I just honestly couldn't see most of the time. So.
Yeah. And, yeah, no, this year so far, first two houses, not really impressed. Next up, I think we're going to try and do Goblins Feast. Hopefully that one is good. I also want to say Monsters Bloodlines was second on my hype list and first on her hype list. I definitely think I definitely preferred Bloodlines to Major Suites, but it was just okay. It wasn't bad by any means, it was just okay. Now, time for Goblins. And can I just say this entrance is amazing? Like, there is smoke coming out of the chimney. Okay, as I'm staring directly into the sun here, but Goblins Feast, okay, I like that house. Nothing special, nothing amazing, not best house I've ever done, but sure as heck was a lot of fun. The costumes were great. We were actually getting, like, back-to-back-to-back scares, like there were multiple goblins coming out at once. The screen with the giant hands were really cool. The puppet at the end was great. And, yeah, sets were good, too. It was just a really solid house. Monsters wasn't bad. It was just okay. So was Suites. This was good. This was a very good house. But I wasn't absolutely blown away by it, either.
Honestly, I really liked it because I liked the costumes, and honestly, the simplicity of it made it really likable.
So, yeah, those are our thoughts on the house, trying to get this thing figured out. And originally, we had that ranked at... I got it all written down on paper over here, and it's not cooperating. I had Goblins Feast at 6, and she had Goblins Feast at number 7. So, definitely much lower than the other ones, and we both came out of it impressed, I would say. So, currently stood about in the holding pen for Nightmare Fuel Nocturnal Circus. There we go. Keep wanting to say Wildfire from 2 years ago. Hopefully it's as good as last year, if not better. We're going to find out soon. So, just got out of Nightmare Fuel Nocturnal Circus. Yeah, it was really good. Again, on par with last year and the year before. Just, they're really good shows. They're risque shows, that's for sure. You probably can't even see me, it's so dark. But the pyrotechnics amazing, magic tricks great as always, stunts, just a ton of fun. Love the music choice as always, and just really enjoyed it. Again, definitely best thing of the night so far. You got anything to say?
I liked it. Fire.
Yep, figured. But no, all three of us definitely really enjoyed it again. Well, my mom and I again, her first time seeing it obviously. But it is definitely one of the best theme park shows. Even though it is a little risque. But other than that, the show is absolutely amazing. Now, probably going to go do Ghostbusters. Alright, we're going in to enter the Blumhouse. It is starting to sprinkle, so I don't know how many actors are really going to be out right now, because when it rains, the actors can't really be out. So, no actors on the stages. Hopefully we get at least a couple on the ground. I understand, I completely get it. Like, it's for the safety of the scare actors and their costumes, but that really sucks. And Chez Alcatraz is back open, newly renovated too, with tables. Torture Fair looks great at night. The string lights overhead. And we're walking back to do Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. That's her second most anticipated house. My fifth. It would be higher, but we got stung bad by Stranger Things last year. Last of Us was amazing. That was a great house. But the other IP house, major IP house last year was Stranger Things, and we got stung. That was not a good house at all. So I'm kind of expecting Stranger Things going into this, but I'm really hoping for a really good house. We'll see. Okay, so we just got out of Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Easily best house of the night. That was awesome. That was so much better than Stranger Things, even better than The Last of Us. The sets were amazing. Garaka was huge. There's so many puppets. It's just really good and a really good tribute to the movie. They did this house right. They put the money in and it definitely paid off. That house is definitely a must-see.
I thought it was really cool. I liked all the little marshmallow men.
And that's the other thing. The marshmallow men moved. They didn't need to do that, but they did. Few too many of them, but you know. But yeah, that house was great. Easily best house. They did. So we have the Slimer Korean corn dog. It's $11.99. It's a Korean cheese dog with Fritos, coated with Cheetos powder, ghost pepper spice, sage derby cheese, and mozzarella. So yeah, that was the Slimer corn dog. Wasn't bad. I didn't hate it, but it wasn't my favorite thing either. Definitely not as good as the Cordyceps, which I gave a 5 out of 5 last year. This one, I'd give 3 out of 5. It was good, but it wasn't the best. Yeah, the rain stopped. Hopefully the scare actors will return soon. But like I said, wasn't bad, wasn't great either. Mostly tasted the Fritos with a little bit of hot dog, a little bit of cheese. Now we're heading into the tribute store. Also, it was crunchy. So, yeah, not really impressed with the tribute store this year. I don't really like them when they're in the New York location. The Hollywood location, they're so much better. But now we're going to go check out Monstrous of Latin America house. See how that is. So, Monstrous, really solid. Really enjoyed that house. Good sets, really good sets. The costumes were great. Scares were pretty good. Overall, just a really, really good house. I'm not quite sure if I like that or Goblins Feast more. I definitely know Ghostbusters is still the best house so far. But we'll have to see how the other ones are. But really solid. I really did enjoy that house. Alright, and then we're out back here about to go into Museum Deadly Experiments, or Exhibits. I keep wanting to call it Experiments. Exhibits. And it's raining again. So we did Museum Deadly Exhibit. I'm going to remember the name. That was my number 1. I believe that was her number 3. I thought it was a I really liked it. It was not a bad house by any means at all. I really enjoyed it. Didn't like it quite as much as I thought. Something I did want to mention, every house tonight has had some kind of smell to it. Its own distinct smell, and it's really cool. But yeah, like the entry was cool. I really like the big sludge monsters. They reminded me of the bloaters from the Last of Us house. Overall, really enjoyed. Not my favorite house, but I think that claim still goes to Ghostbusters, but still a really solid one, regardless. Alright, here we go in the Swamp of the Undead. This is definitely my most anticipated. Swamp of the Undead, solid, really solid. I like it. Costumes are pretty good, and it's a lot of fun. So we have the croquet monsieur, seared ham with melted Gruyere cheese and horseradish cream. Got it without the horseradish, because no. Let's find out how it is. So the ham and cheese crepe, I think that's really solid. Again, it's definitely not the brisket crepe, nowhere near as good, but it's pretty good. It's just like a basic ham and cheese sandwich, but in crepe form. So, not bad. And then here's a look back at Demon Queens without the actors in it. I hope the actors come back out soon. Alright, going back to do Slaughter Sinema 2. I don't know. I've heard really good things about the first one. Interested to see how the second one is. I obviously never saw the first one, so I couldn't tell you. But, like I said, I've heard really good things about the first one, so we'll see. So, came out of Slaughter Sinema 2. Was okay. Wasn't bad. Too much noise all going on at once. It was like a bunch of mini houses. And yeah, I mean, it was okay. I don't know, I wasn't that impressed by it. Just mediocre. The shark puppet was really cool. Glad that was actually working. But yeah, overall, it was just okay. I don't really have much to say about it. So we have the poison apple, which is a caramel apple mousse with an apple filling and streusel cake, as well as cookie dirt and a gummy centipede. And that is $6.49. So, candy apple was okay. Mainly tasted white chocolate. The cake was like just a nice moist, very good that way. Chocolate cake. I'd give it like 3.5 out of 5. It was decent. It was solid. That is a vanilla cake with a chocolate coating filled with raspberry topping, and it is $6.99. So that was actually pretty good. Probably the best thing I've had all night. Like, it was, again, nice moist vanilla cake. The chocolate shell theming was cool too. It looked like the bride's top. It was green on the inside. Overall, definitely really enjoyed it. I give that a 4 out of 5. Now we're going to try and see if the actors are out in Demon Queens. That was easily the best zone of the night, then probably followed by Swamp. That was really good. So many actors. Sets weren't the best, but just so many freaking actors roaming that scare zone. That was crazy. That was awesome. That was great. So we finally got a good look at Torture Faire. Also really enjoyed that one. Don't think I enjoyed it quite as much as Swamp, but still a really good zone. A lot of actors, a lot of good sets. A little too open, but not much you can do there. It is New York. That is a wider area. But now we're going to hit up Ghostbusters Frozen Empire to end out the night on our last house. So, perfect way to end off the night there with Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Definitely the best house of the event. By the time this comes out, we'll have already posted our rankings of the houses on Instagram. But yeah, no, that house is great, amazing. Best house here. And probably up there with some of the best that I've ever done. The event this year as a whole, to me, the best way to describe it is solid. It's not, besides Ghostbusters, there wasn't a house that absolutely blew me away, or a scare zone that absolutely blew me away. Everything was really good, with some mediocre houses and a couple of mass scare zones. But like, I really did enjoy everything this year. Just nothing, again, like I said, nothing blew me away. But yeah, no, definitely had a great time tonight. Got through everything, every house except Insidious, Quiet Place, and Triplets of Terror, which we didn't care about anyway, either of those three. So, we got through every house once, every other house once, plus Ghostbusters twice. Finally got to see all the scare zones there at the end of the night. Got to see opening Scaremonies. Tried some of the weird food. Got to see Nightmare Fuel. And overall, the night was very good. Very happy that we came. Very happy with everything. Only little gripe was the rain being a pain. But yeah, that's all for this time. And we'll see you all next time on another adventure.